Hey everyone, welcome back to Cooking with Zeez. On today's episode, we are making Fika, or beef stew, or chuck stew, or meat stew. We just call it Fika at home. If you are interested to see how I make it, keep on watching, and as usual, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. So I'm starting with about 2 kilos worth of chuck. Chuck is relatively inexpensive, and if you show it enough love and attention, it is a great piece of meat to work with. My dad actually found this technique on the internet where if you if you pack salt over chuck for about an hour, it actually breaks down the connective tissue and you can grill it like a nice piece of steak. Let me know if you guys are keen to see that one day, and then I'll definitely make a video about how to turn an inexpensive piece of meat into a prime piece of grilled steak. My mom was helping me. I don't know if it's just in brown families or in any family out there where your mother just can't not interfere with your cooking. She's gonna be watching this and she's gonna probably call me and be like, what are you even talking about, girl? So I'm just cutting the steak and putting it into a bowl. Some of the more tougher or harder connective tissue I simply just cut away. As you can see, the little pile on the corner of the chopping board. Once you are done, wipe down your surfaces and use a clean chopping board to chop your onions. No cross-contamination whatsoever. And we are just going to dice up our onions. I feel like I've done this so many times on this channel that you either watch me dice onions or slice onions because you find it therapeutic, or you just fast forward through it. Now, the secret to Fika, or the secret to any good stew out there, is your onions. So you need lots of it, and you need to give your onions tender love and care. So we are just moving to our pots right now. A normal cooking pot, stewing pot will do, and we are just going to fill in with a little bit of oil. Not too much, it's just enough to cover the bottom of the pan because the meat also has oil, so you don't want your stew to be too oily. So I'm simply just throwing in a few chilies along with my onions, and the onions takes roughly about 25 minutes to get to the desired color and level of caramelization that makes this stew what it is. If you don't believe me, just keep on watching. So while my stew or my onions were busy braising, I made myself a cup of coffee and got down to some essential reading. From my previous video, I was busy reading A People's History of the United States while I was in Cape Town. So after 25 minutes, it was still not brown enough, so I let it go for another 10 minutes, and that is the color that you want. That's when you know you are on the way or on your way to making one kick-ass stew. Now we are just adding in our meat, and we are just going to give it a good stir and let it cook for 3 hours. Actually, not 3 hours, it was roughly 2.5 hours. And we just added a bit of water every couple of minutes, every 30 minutes, 20 minutes. I just added a bit of water. But that is basically the beauty of this dish. It is literally just chilies, onions, meat, and you'll see later on a bit of black pepper. So for the last, that was hella steamy. For the last 30 minutes, we are just going to add our potatoes. Now, you can see there's enough sauce, it's rich enough, it's saucy enough. We are just going to add our potatoes and let it cook for the last half an hour or until our potatoes are soft. Now, another key tip for stews is always taste your meat. Feel your meat if it's cooking down, if it's becoming soft, if you need to give it a couple more minutes. People are sometimes scared with meat because they feel like if they cook it for too long, it might get, there's the black pepper I was telling you about, it might get tough. However, remember, this isn't steak, this is chuck. It's a proper piece of meat with connective tissue that needs to cook down. And that's basically what you do. You give it time and love and attention, and you just let it cook. So after 30 minutes, it was done, and I just added some fresh coriander because fresh coriander makes everything that much better. And I served mine with roti, but you can serve it with whatever starch you'd like. Let me know if you try it, let me know how it goes, and as usual, thank you so much for watching.